Today, myself Mrs. Sharma. Today I am here to explain you the chapter number 1, that is Heredity and Evaluation of Science 2 for Standard 10. In this chapter it is including some point, that is heredity and heredity changes, transcription, translation, translocation, human evaluation, theory of evaluation, Darwin's theory of evaluation, Lambertism, speciation and human evaluation. These are the following points included in this chapter, out of which the first point is heredity and heredity changes. Now the base of this point is from your 9th standard, as you have already been studied the George Mendel's theory of genetics. So he is the father of genetics, and he has concluded that something is being transferred from one generation into the another generation, but it took lot of time to get this conclusion, and it was around 1886. And in 1901 the sudden changes taking place in the gene were explained by mutational theory of Hugo D. virus. And then meanwhile in 1902 Walter and Sutton, these two scientists have evaluated that the gene is of a paired chromosome, and it is being found out in the grasshopper. Until then it was not known that the gene is in the form of pair, and then the research started related to the transfer of nature of the genetic material, and when it was proved that the gene are transferred via chromosome. And then afterwards in 1944 the three scientists named as Ostwald Avery, Michael McCarthy and Colin MacLeod proved that except virus, all living organisms has DNA as their genetic material. Then in 1961 the French journalist Francisco Jacob and Jacques Monod proposed a model for process of protein synthesis with the help of DNA in the bacterial cell, and this model helped to uncover the genetic codes hidden in the DNA, and thereby the technique of recombinant DNA technology emerges, which has wide scope in the field of genetic engineering. Now this was all introduction related to heredity and heredity changes. Now we are exploring this field. This field is being useful for diagnosis, treatment and prevention of heredity disorders, production of hybrid varieties of animals and plants, and also in the industrial process in which microbes are used. Now we have completed the introduction of heredity and heredity changes. Now we are towards the second points related with transcription, translation and translocation. Now in this point it is being explained that how DNA synthesizes the protein. Now the DNA is the main genetic material present in the body, which handles all the structural and functional of the cell, but it requires the help of RNA. With the help of RNA, DNA participates in the protein synthesis. Now the information about the protein synthesis is being stored in the DNA, and the synthesis of appropriate protein as per requirement is necessary for body, and these protein are synthesized by the DNA through the RNA, and this is called as central doma. Now as we have understood the central doma, that is the production of RNA from DNA. This process is known as central doma. Now under this process there are three types of RNA is being synthesized by DNA to carry out the process. That three RNA are messenger RNA, ribosomal RNA and transfer RNA, out of which the first one is messenger RNA. Now how this messenger RNA is being produced? It is the one who will be produced first. Now this messenger RNA is being produced by the DNA, and this DNA DNA is double helical, we are all known, but only the one strand of DNA will take part in the synthesis of one messenger RNA, and this messenger RNA will having the complementary strand of this DNA. And now only the change is that instead of T, that is thymine of DNA, there will be U in the messenger RNA, that is U stands for uracil. This is the only change between the nucleotides in DNA and messenger RNA, and this formation of and this process of RNA synthesis is called as transcription. Means the process of synthesis of messenger RNA is called as transcription. In this process, this messenger RNA is formed, and this whole content or whole thing is taking place in the nucleus of the cell, because DNA is present in the nucleus of the cell. Now, next step is that this messenger RNA now will come out of the nucleus into the cytoplasm. What it does here, the messenger RNA formed in the nucleus comes in the cytoplasm and it brings the coded message from the DNA. It brings the coded message from the DNA out of the nucleic acid into the cytoplasm. Now the message contains the codes for amino acids. As we are all known about that in our body there are total 20 amino acid, and each amino acid has different code in the DNA, and this each amino acid coded by 3 codes. That's why this is known as triple code system, and this triple code system was initiated or was identified by Dr. Herwin Khurana, and he has also got the Nobel Prize in 1968 along with the 2 other scientists. Now, as this messenger RNA is been coming out, and for only one amino acid it is having lots many triple codon. That's why the messenger RNA contains thousands of different codes, because there are number of amino acids are required to create one protein. Amino acid is the smaller unit of the protein, and for one amino acid one triple codon, and there may be lots of many amino acid for producing one protein molecule. That's why the messenger RNA is being coded for thousands of triple codon, means for different amino acid. Now what is happening next? These codes are being read out by transfer RNA, because transfer RNA is having a anticode. Anticode means which can be which can read the message of the messenger RNA, and this transfer RNA will trigger the message for the synthesis of the different amino acid with the help of ribosomal RNA. Now, as I have told you that messenger RNA is being read by transfer RNA, and then the protein is being synthesized with the help of ribosomal RNA. Now, exactly what this ribosomal RNA is doing? This ribosomal RNA is helping in bonding the different peptide bonds, means different amino acids being generated, and this is being joined with the help of ribosomal RNA. And how this ribosomal RNA helps in joining the peptide bond? That means it is reading the messenger RNA. This ribosomal RNA will first of all read this messenger RNA at the interval of 3 code. One time, and then next code, then next code. This is the sequence in which it is reading the messenger RNA at an interval of 1 triple code, and accordingly it is arranging the amino acids here, and this 2 amino acid is being joined by peptide bond. This is the main function of ribosomal RNA. Now, accordingly such lots of such chains are being created. Accordingly such lots of long chain will be created, and this chain will be joined to one another. This chain will be joined to one another, and due to which the complex protein structure is being formed. And now this protein structure is required for the functioning or functioning of the body. This protein control various function in the body of living organism and their appearance too. Now, in this whole cycle, I have explained you transcription, translation and translocation. Transcription means the formation of messenger RNA. Translation means the copy of the message from messenger RNA by the transfer RNA. That process is known as translation. And translocation means the process which is being done by ribosomal RNA, that is reading the messenger RNA at particular interval and creating or arranging the amino acid and joining each amino acids by peptide bond and then creating number of such protein chain and then converting into a complex protein structure. This whole process is known as translocation. Now this is the explanation related with transcription, translation and translocation. The transcription consists of messenger RNA, translation means transfer RNA and translocation means the function of ribosomal RNA. Now in this way the 3 points is being covered, that is transcription, translation and translocation, and this is the normal functioning of the gene. Whatever we are seeing or these are the normal functioning of the gene. Now this is the gene which is being transferred from one generation into the another generation, and that's why the new organism or new offspring has some similar character that their parents does. Now you have understood that how naturally the changes is been taking place. This is a natural process. The gene will be transferred from one generation into the another and the offspring will have few character common with their parents. So these are the normal process, but sometimes we have seen that there is some different character also being seen in the offspring which are not present in the parents, and that is nothing but that is a process of mutation. In this process the some nucleotide change its position into the genetic DOMA. They change the position, means in parent it is not available but in offspring it is available, means it is has changed its position from one point to the another, and this change is known as mutation. The reason of this change of nucleotide may be lots of, but due to this mutational changes there are some minor or major changes can take place in the genetic character. For example, in some cases there is a disease called sickle cell anemia which is also generated due to such mutational changes, means parents are not having a sickle cell anemia or they are not having any genetic combination for this sickle cell anemia, but offspring is having. So how it comes? So this is due to mutation. Mutation is the sudden changes which is taking place due to the environmental factors. It may be anything. It may be even a sunlight, UV radiation, X-rays, any harmful carcinogenic elements may also be there in the surrounding which can cause such type of changes in the gene.